Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Oh Look, It's a Squirrel. I actually saw a squirrel outside today. I was quite trying to get a bit of footage of it because I thought it would be funny every time I say Oh Look, It's a Squirrel. It's probably a squirrel. But yeah. So today, what's been happening? It's all been a bit mad, hasn't it? All been a bit mad. Um, there's talk of taking away people's passports, as in travelling passports, like real passports, and driving licenses if you're unvaccinated. That's a conversation happening in Parliament in the UK. It's actually being talked about. Like, what's next? What's after that? Like this. Don't forget, things like this start to go through. It doesn't stop. You can't have a credit card because you're unvaccinated. You can't go into I don't know. You can't do this. You can't do like get a loan or a mortgage because you're unvaccinated. What has that got to do with the big C? What's it got to do with it? I don't really like get the. I only see that it's vindictive punishment that you do not follow the narrative and you're going against. I can't even call it a request. I think it's just you not doing as you're told, so you will be punished. Really? So is that what it's got to? Like I'm absolutely like every day is gobsmacking. Like, and then there's if you don't have the booster jab, like say you just had one and two, and you think, oh, I'm not having because this just goes on and on. It's just another thing that you're gonna have every 3 months. You'll be classed as unvaxxed, and if you have number one and two and three, and they bring out number four, you'll be unvaxxed if you don't take number four. And then when they bring number five, but you've had one, two, three, and four, guess what? You'll be unvaxxed. So, again, football's on, and I guess everyone's vaxxed there. Have people forgot that they can still pass it, spread it, catch it? But are people just not bothered? Have they got this like false security, false sense of security that I've had the jab, I'm fine, I'm not going to get it, not going to pass it on? It's worrying. The mentality is, I don't know, worries me. Really worries me that people aren't thinking. Like, I understand that wearing a mask is uncomfortable. I understand. See, this is where I get a bit mixed up. So, I'm not anti. I'm not anti that because I believe in freedom of choice. If you want it, go and get it. If I don't want it, don't come back at me with you should get it. You're not doing the right thing, not getting it. Don't come back at that. I respect the decision that you have free will to go and choose what you want to do. So I would like it given back to me that you respect my choice because I know a lot of people don't. You respect theirs, but you don't get the respect back. Now, This will go like a year from now. Once everyone's on number six, you'll be even more condemned. Like it's going to be like a game. It's going to be like how many have you had? And in a year from now, as long as we're not being held down and stabbed with it, I'll still be still be at zero. And if they're going to take my license away and my passport and not give me loans and not give me credit cards, and so be it. It's going to force a lot of people into absolute misery. And I think I said it the other day. You can't kill a farmer, but you can make his life so difficult and impossible that he'll do it himself. He'll do it himself. And no, I'm not going to kill myself, so don't get ridiculous. But I just thought that saying was quite, it was an analogy for whatever situation you're in. It's difficult, really difficult. Like, what do you think? If you're listening to this, what do you think if it gets to that point where, if you've got credit cards and mortgages and loans, that they suddenly say, right, well, if you're not taking then you can't have that. Like, what are you going to do? Are you going to give in? You're going to give into it? Think about it, because it'll get there. It will definitely get to that point where they'll make life so difficult that you'll either have to give in or come and join me on my island. I haven't got an island, by the way, but definitely thinking about buying some land, Spain or Portugal or somewhere out in the mountains, out like way, way, way far away from all this stuff. I wish I could do it in America, to be honest, for obvious reasons, but I guess that will be impossible. There's nowhere left in the UK that you can go. I suppose you can go to Wales, Scotland, somewhere, but it's bloody freezing. I really don't want to be in the cold. Go to the Arctic. Go to the Arctic, I guess. I'm really thinking about doing a live, but I've just got a feeling I'm going to sit there for like 2 hours, 2 hours with no one going on. These videos that I've been doing, I've done quite a few now. They're just not getting. I guess they're just not popping up on people's feeds for people to even know that they're there. A lot of people are telling me that they're just clicking my name off comments that I'm leaving, and that's how they're finding the channel. Even people who have subbed have said to me, don't get any notifications. So it's on your own. It's on your own back that you're having to come and actually look for these videos. I don't want to make them all shiny and music and whatever. I want this to be like we're sitting having a chat. And I think I'll do it live. The other thing I'm worried about is going to get a load of dickheads in there who are just going to troll and all that kind of stuff. And I don't have the patience for that. I don't have patience for people taking a piss, especially with how serious things are getting, because things are getting really, really serious. So yeah, I just thought I'd bring those little points to your attention. Passports, driving licenses. Like, if they come to you and say, I'm going to take your license and I'm going to take your passport if you don't go and get it, let me know what you'll do. Let me know what your reaction is to that. And is there a point where you're going to give in? Because we can say no. Would you go to jail if they started to jail people? If they make it a crime that you don't have it? What are you going to do? So let me know, and thanks for watching. Sub if you haven't. Like, dislike, whether it makes any difference, because you've literally got to look for this channel and look for this information. YouTube is not going to help me, and it's definitely not going to help you find it. So yeah, just remember, oh look, it's a squirrel. And there's one thing actually before we go, just quick. The Juicy Smollett, whatever his name is, I've got a question for you about it. So he did a hate crime on himself, faked one, noose around his neck, bleach bottle, said two white people attacked him, called him some awful names. And this was in Chicago in January, I think it was, when it was like -11 or something. And in a fairly dodgy neighborhood. So when it happened, I thought, bullshit. Gotta be bullshit. Who walks around with a noose and bleach? Like, who? Is that ever been seen before? It's like, especially in -10. I'm sure in -10, most people have got their faces covered. Pretty sure of it, because it is freezing. And how you would be able to tell somebody like who they are if they're sort of covered like this, you know, with their scarf and hat, woolly hat, all that kind of stuff. You could literally just see people's eyes. And his lies were so ridiculous that he even said that people came up to him and went, "Are you that guy from Empire or whatever it is?" Like anyone's going to even recognise somebody at 2 o'clock in the morning when it's freezing, when your faces are covered. So yeah, I called that. This is obviously well before I started making videos. But I remember saying to a few people, "This is bullshit. This is definitely going to come out as bullshit." And you know, it sparked some pretty awful movements in America. But the question is, should he be done for a hate crime? Because it was a hate crime. Faked or not, a hate crime is a hate crime. So should he be done for doing a hate crime? Because I think he should. There's no difference whether he does it to himself or someone else does it. It's still a hate crime. Might sound ridiculous, but for someone who's done something like that to trigger, because they're saying it was for his own, you know, benefit and to make him publicity and all this kind of stuff. Myself, I think it was to incite absolute violence. It was very anti-Trump. Oh, they were wearing 2 MAGA hats, all that kind of stuff. And I think there's a bit more to it than just trying to get a bit more work on movies and series or whatever. So anyway, listen, leave it there. Take care of yourself, take care of your loved ones, and I will see you on the next one. Be good. See you soon.
Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to like or dislike.